Greetings, noblest of noble ones. Interested in zombies, are you? Alright then, let's go kick some zombies behind. A while ago, and I mean it, like a while ago, I made a video about like the best weapons for a zombie apocalypse. And on that video I actually said that I would have talked eventually about the best armor for a zombie apocalypse. And here we are. I mean, I do take my time, given, I mean, you do have a point there, but I do eventually make the videos that I say I would. So, here we are. So, why am I reading Miyamoto Musashi? Because today we're going to examine the best armor. Let's get straight to the point. I'm actually trying to get, straight to the point, so beg your pardon. Right, okay, so let's consider a few possibilities. But first of all, we need to examine a little bit the opponent we're talking about, the zombies. So, not particularly intelligent. Key point in our choice of armor. More about that later. Secondly, quite strong. I mean, these Muppets are quite strong, reportedly. So, yeah, very strong. They don't use weapons. Another very important thing which will help us choose our armor, select our armor, and they bite. Also, most of the times when we watch films, we see that these zombies, difficult to only find one zombie. There are lots of zombies, so we do need to consider this, to take this into consideration. An armor that can protect us from all directions. So having said this, I mean, I've been reading this fantastic book for the past 12 centuries, and yeah, Armour of the English Knight, 1400 to 1450, by Dr. Tobias, so I've just messed up the name of the doctor, Tobias Capwell. Now, I've already made a video review about this book, link in the description of course. And it's a really, really good book. I mean, he put so much detail in this book. To be honest, if you've got like a spare century, you should definitely check it out. I mean, it's got a lot of interesting things about how armor was built and constructed, medieval armor, lots of interesting pictures. It talks about them. But anyways, beyond the point. Full plate armor. Yes, we know that medieval full plate armor is definitely the. I mean, let's face it. I fanboy over Rome. Because I'm Italian, I love Roman armor, I love the Romans, the Empire, they're badass. I love Japanese armor, I love Chinese armor, I think there is, lots of different kinds. But Western European armor, Northern Italian is the best. Yes, you Germans are quite good, I gotta tell you that, I'll give you that. Okay, right, let's... Alright, so Northern Italian armor and Southern German armor is the best. I mean, Gothic armor, White Italian armor, this is the peak of armor construction. That's the best you can get. English armor, also very good. Again, if you've got a couple of millennia, please check this book out. It does talk about the English style of armor. Thing is though, regardless of the fact that I think the full plate armor I'm talking about late 15th century, full plate armor would be the best ever, still, I don't think it would be the best against zombies. So what about modern armor? I mean, I always talk about ancient armors and classical armors, but these zombies, I mean, we're in the, 21st century. Why am I going to wear an ancient armor? Why not wearing Kevlar? Well, you see, Kevlar is good against firearms. Zombies don't use guns. And besides, again, zombies are not particularly intelligent, so an intelligent opponent using a gun, for example, and if he's trained, he's going to shoot for the center of mass. That's not something a zombie's going to do. A zombie's he's going to try to bite you in your hands, he's going to try to bite you in your limbs, he's going to try to bite you at your throat. What about a stabbing vest? Well, a stabbing vest is good against, again, edged weapons and knives. So, excellent, but again, zombie, no, you need something that can protect your entire body. And this is why late 15th century full plate medieval armor, yes, it would cover your entire body against weapons. It's an armor studied to protect you mostly from medieval weapons. Now, of course, it's not going to slow you down that much. Please forget about that. You can run, you can jump, you can do all sorts of things in full plate armor. So movement decrease is not a huge factor here. The main problem with full plate armor is money. Yes, your dough, your dosh, your your sovs, your notes, your quids. Did you hear that sound? That's the Queen unsubscribing from my channel because she doesn't like that word. Of course I mean pound sterling, my dear Watson. That expression did give me quite a turn. Do you want me to kick the bucket? Full plate armor is expensive. If you want it to work, it needs to be made for you. This cheap Indian made stuff that you see now, sort of off-the-shelf armor, it's not going to work, it's not going to protect, it's just a costume. If you want real full plate armor, we're talking about a minimum of 10,000 euros, so never mind this, also because I need to pay my rent with this, so if you don't mind, to as much as 35,000 euros. So it's expensive, and not many people will be able to afford properly made full plate armor. So what about Roman armor? Well, if we are talking about Lorica segmentata, I'd say no, because Lorica segmentata is specialized armor against people trying to cut you from the top or trying to bypass your scutum. Going around with a scutum could be rather problematic, and if you don't have a scutum, your limbs are exposed, your legs are exposed, and yes, you could wear greaves. At the end of the day, you can sort of mix it up, or perhaps wear a centurion set, if you will. But out of all the different kinds of armor, I think probably hamata, so mail, would be a good idea, and even medieval mail per se, or perhaps even squamata could be a possibility, if not plumata. So scales on top of the rings. Definitely more affordable than full plate medieval armor. Now mail is excellent because it allows you to move freely. But again, mail needs to be, first of all, it needs to be riveted, because if it's butted mail, it makes no sense. I mean, a zombie can just open the rings with your hand. I can open the rings with my hands with buttered mail, so never mind. Particularly if it's aluminium, it's super easy. You just do it with your hands. A zombie could definitely break that. So it has to be riveted or even solid. I don't think a zombie would mind if it's not historically accurate. And it needs to be tailored to your body. Particularly, for example, I see lots of these male sets of armor that have these very long sleeves, very wide open. No, that's not how we see real historical armor in iconography. It's the opposite way. They've got tailored shirts, they've got tailored sleeves. And of course I would go for a long-sleeved one, and possibly with a male mitten that you can remove if you need to. For example, if you need to drive. But I think even best would be samurai armor. Now, why do I think samurai? I mean, if you take samurai armor, particularly 16th century Tosei Gusoku, and you compare it to late 15th century medieval full plate armor, then definitely medieval full plate armor is much more protective. So it is, after all, a better armor, more technologically advanced. But samurai armor does give better mobility because it's lighter. Now, of course, this means that you've got less protection. But think about it. It's true that samurai armor has got certain weak spots or weak points, but these weak points could only be exploited by intelligent opponents. A zombie is not going to look into he's not going to try to attack you in the armpit, he's not going to try to attack you in those areas of the armor where there is no protection. A zombie doesn't see that. A zombie is just going to try and bite you. So the armor protects you well. You can do pretty much anything with samurai armor on. You can drive, you can fight, you can run, you can jump. Your legs have complete movement, whereas mail reduces your ability to move your legs, as we have tried with, I made a collaboration video with Ian Laspina, who's got a fantastic late 14th century set of armor. And for example, he couldn't raise his legs as much as I could with my samurai armor because of mail. In samurai armor, you can kick easily, you can punch easily, you can fight, you can wrestle. It's an excellent armor as far as mobility is concerned. Chocolate break. What? I'm having a break. Cheers. So, now I'm going to finish my Mars bar, and in the meantime, we can actually test how much mobility I have in samurai armor. Let's check it out. So samurai armor is quite affordable because you can get a full functioning set for 1,500 euros to 2,000 euros, roughly speaking, which is a lot less expensive than full plate armor. Of course, if you're filthy rich, get your full plate armor, but I'm saying if you've got a little bit of a money problem like me, then it could be a good idea to do that. Even mail can be very expensive if you want it to be perfectly tailored to your body. Samurai armor will be tailored to your body, and it's actually more affordable. Easy to repair, makes you look badass. Yeah, that doesn't count, we just wanted to say that. And in fact, there is this site called Iron Mounted Armory, which is where I got my suit of armor made, and I will get another suit of armor eventually in the future, as soon as I can actually afford it. In fact, this video is sponsored by Iron Mounted Armory. Okay, it's not true, it's not sponsored by Samurai. I just wanted to say, it just makes me feel important, I guess. Although they should sponsor me. Like, to be honest, I always show their armor, I always mention them. I think they should send me a tanto for free. They should do. They should send me a tanto. I'm just saying it. Send me a tanto and I will be very happy if you do so. Just one little tanto. It's not gonna change your annual financial income. Okay, I'm only joking. If you do live in the UK, for example, or you're in Europe, contact the UK branch, talk to Mike, tell him you're a noble one. I'm sure he's a great man, help you find the best option for your samurai armor if you're interested in a full suit of armor, in a full set. Alright then, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't tell the Queen that I said quids, and let me know what suit of armor you would wear, and if you agree with my opinion, or if you have a different opinion. I would be very interested to know what you think, what suit of armor you would wear for a zombie apocalypse. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for my next daily upload, and remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye. Is that a zombie?